It's day 6 of designing an Animal Crossing island, playing on hard mode in just 30 days. And yesterday, we got ourselves another plot set up. We're getting ready for all the new villagers to move in. I bought my first piece of art. Today we're going to have to kind of keep ourselves a bit busy. We'll get into it. First, Zucker's moved in. It looks like also we have Mabel here too. So we can definitely introduce ourselves to Zucker. And, oops, looks like we're getting a money call. Another 11,000 plus bells in the bank. That's awesome. So yeah, we'll introduce ourselves to Zucker today. We will also set up our final plot before, everybody moves to town here. And yeah, I think we'll probably buy some clothes too. Now, again, I can't wear the clothes. It's literally just to kind of get Able Sisters here. Once the store is set up, I hear they're not going to accept money. They're only going to, well, money as in bells. They're going to accept money, just not money that we can actually obtain, unfortunately. Speaking of money, though, we did get our first money tree finally grown in. I'm really excited about this. We should get one of these every single day as long as I stay on top of this as a daily task. That's fully on me, though. I didn't make it a rule that I have to stay on top of that. That is just to my own benefit or detriment, depending on if I remember to do it. Here's Zucker's house, though. He took our advice wisely and moved here. So this is a top 10 villager right now. He's number 9 on the list. So as of right now, we are meeting that particular goal, but we need him to not move away. That is the key. And as per the rules, if he wants to go, I have to let him go. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to interact with all villager bubbles. If they're walking around thinking about something, I gotta ask. I'm worried. I am worried. We'll see who we get as time goes on, though. There's still a whole bunch of villagers we have to move in. The biggest thing I want to do today after we kind of tackle all of these chores is start working towards 3 stars. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but we do need to be thinking about the 3-star portion of this. By now, I was hoping that we would be really, really close to getting resident services, the building, set up. And once we do, it kind of unlocks the rest of the game. Unfortunately, things are moving slower than I remember because the last time I did this, I believe I was allowing myself to time travel, and I think I blazed through this part of the game pretty quickly. Ah, woodland wall, another wall we've learned, nice. And the reason I lightened up on so many of the rules from the previous hard mode I did a couple years ago with the whole Animal Crossing YouTube community is because of the no time traveling and the 30-day restriction. Those 2 things alone make this task very difficult on its own. So yeah, I definitely lightened up on the rules quite a bit, as you've probably gathered, for those of you who did watch those previous streams from myself and all the other creators on YouTube. Not like literally every creator on YouTube, but the ones in the Animal Crossing community, who knows, maybe some others, maybe other people got into it that don't normally play Animal Crossing. I guess you'll have to tell me. It's so nice that the shimmering spots, by the way, are on this part of the island. I've not had to struggle to find these yet. I think it's because I haven't picked up the weeds. Normally by now, I would have gone through and like de-weeded the whole thing, but there's so many spots on the northern half of the island that have weeds. I think the shimmering spot doesn't really have a choice. But here we go, another brand new money tree, and the cycle continues. Our tasks look pretty easy today. We're going to be able to do fossils, no problem. We already hit our rock. Chopping wood isn't a problem. We can't really, well, no, we can spend bells because we have to do that for the Able Sisters, moving them in. We can sell clumps of weeds to the drop box over here. So yeah, all right, cool. So the 5 tasks shouldn't be a problem. Oh, there is one thing I wanted to do today, though. Who here likes art? You know, I'm not very good at art, but I'm trying to get better. And I found a picture that really inspired me. And so I wanted to get it on the bulletin board as fast as possible. And I want to just show you kind of like what's on my mind right now. I think the canvas is the best place to do it. Unfortunately, the thing that inspired me requires kind of a darker canvas, so this is taking me a little bit. But yeah, there we go. You know, sometimes you see something and you look at it and you go, oh my gosh, I have to tell somebody about this. And I hope once you see the finished piece here, it inspires you as well. Yep, there we go. Almost finished. There it is. A faithful recreation of my favorite picture that I saw from my YouTube analytics. That's right, a whole 36.9% of you actually subscribed to this channel, while 63.1% don't really care if I get a silver play button. If this graph flips by the end of this series, I will be forced to make another one, to do a whole new drawing. And I know how much people like when I do art in videos and on stream. So you know, you can make that happen. Anyway, I wasted time drawing that, so now you go ahead and waste time hitting that button. Okay, cool. Thanks. In all seriousness, though, thank you for the support. When the first episode of this series went up, people were super excited and super supportive. I'm excited to be here doing this again. I did need kind of a break after the last one, so I definitely took it. But yeah, I'm eager to get back. I wanted to think of a fun new way to play the game, and I couldn't, so instead I rehashed something that was done before and made that a fun new way to play the game. So it's been great so far, and I really am curious to see where this all lands by the time we're done with it in terms of meeting those goals that I've set out to achieve. In case you were curious about who lives in plot number 2, it is Cherry, or Sherry. I think it's Sherry. So that's good. All right. So this is where they'll live, and then up here will be Molly. And, you know, as far as getting a bit of a remote location for one of these plots that allows some, like, cottagecore vibes, I don't know. This one is, at least there's, like, some space around it that we could utilize for that. But like I said the other day, I think we'll probably just save that for someone else. We'll put up in the woods or something like that. I don't know. We have our first recipe from a villager crafting in their home. I've been checking every day. They're finally crafting their home now that Zucker's here. Brown herringbone wall, the third DIY wall. I don't remember quite well, but I feel like in the DIY challenge, I didn't get a lot of these DIY floors and walls until like later on. So my house kind of looked lame for a while, but we're getting some good options here, like pretty quick. There it is. I caught some more bugs, so we're up to 20 now. We got 500 points for that. And I think I've hit every single rock except for one, which means the money rock is lurking about somewhere. I just don't remember the placement of all my rocks yet. These 2 new walls we got look like this. So this one's going to take clumps of weeds and 9 softwood, and this one's going to take 15 softwood. But I think we can make them and, you know, at least put them in storage. I'll probably want to do that as we begin to decorate the house a little bit. It'd just be nice to have our options laid out before us in our storage. And I'm crafting up a new shovel because I finally lost my other one. And one thing I like to do is DIY the shovels and other tools so that I have, you know, I'm just constantly refreshing them, and I don't have any DIYs yet. So the more I think about this first Sunday coming up here real soon, the more I wonder how much money I should have on hand to just stockpile things like DIYs or maybe even just pre-built tools so that we can like save on materials and things like that. I've been thinking once I hit like 100K, I'll just pay off my loan, but it might be wise to hold off on the loan just to set us up for the rest of the following week. Pretty big donation here, a couple new butterflies, our first piece of art, and then some new fossils. I think it looks like every single one was new. By the way, in all of my babbling today, I completely missed that I got my next piece of clothing. We have the Nook Ink leotard from doing some stretches every day. This is a look. You know what? This is a look. I've been in my underwear for almost a week. I think we're just going to hold on to this one. Also, the time is flying. I thought today was Friday. It's Saturday. So our first Nook visit is tomorrow. Yeah. Well, okay. Good news then, because I don't think I'm going to have enough money to actually get enough to pay down my loan by then. And look at this. Our fruit farm is ready to be harvested. I'm actually going to bring out the big guns for this and chop these down completely. Oh. Okay, is that a sign? Should I not be doing this? Nah, we're totally gonna do this. Now, the reason I'm chopping these down, is because I need to plant a larger money-making fruit farm. And if I go ahead and just take all these oranges and plant them right back in the ground, I will have that pretty much done, like a nice little orange orchard. But we also get, you know, bits of wood from it, which we need. These trees were never going to last here because they're just kind of right in the way of where I'm eventually going to put a path. And yeah, I mentioned this before, but it's kind of fun to have like a fruit farm of sorts that you can use flimsy axes to chop every time they grow fruit. So that is an opportunity for you to harvest fruit to sell, but also to continually have like a good source of materials coming in constantly. In an island that's going to require a lot of DIY, like heavy lifting from DIYs, this is kind of the best strategy. So we'll take our points, which is a third task, and then we need to pick a location for our fruit farm. Now, I think what I'm going to do, and this is temporary because I think this could be better suited for something else over here, but I think I'm going to put it next to Nook's Cranny so that it's just like right here, and I can harvest it and sell the fruit all in one shot. It also gives me an excuse to check all these trees and, you know, chop down more trees, which I love doing. So let's get to work. Do I need to cut all these down to make room for 9 orange trees? Nah. Am I going to anyway? Absolutely. You can stay. Is this project going to get us to 3 stars? Probably not. But you know what? Maybe it does. This is a step on the road to 3 stars, and it's an important one. Tomorrow I also get the fabled slingshot recipe, which I'm very, very excited about. This is just torture watching these fly by like this. Anyway, this is the pattern I'm going to use to plant all the fruit trees. And the reason I'm packing them in all so close is because I anticipate getting at least one more type of fruit here pretty soon. And once we have that, I want to also add that to this little orchard. And again, I don't think this is a permanent addition, but who knows? This could look really adorable over here next to Nook's, and maybe we lean into it. I don't know. Maybe we have our little tiny orchard of fruit trees, and then in front of it we start planting different crops, and we just make like a little farm right next to Nook's. I think the key to projects like this, at least for me, is to make quick choices. And I've been kind of joking around a lot today, but really, I'm being dead serious. Make quick choices about, you know, the things you want to build and design. Be willing to change things as time goes on, but also make the choices in a way that you're proud of today. So a backdrop of orange trees could be fun to have, like, you know, there forever, and then have a little farm right in front of it. And if we end up going that route, that's great. That means one of our future builds is kind of planned out already. But if we decide to do something different and Nook's Cranny offers us some other kind of opportunity based on the items we get, then I'm fine with moving these or getting rid of them once we kind of outgrow them. Get it? Out because they're... Anyway, once we outgrow them, then we can, you know, change this area up. But yeah, I may lean into a farm over here. That could be a lot of fun. Okay, we have a lot of other really important work to get to now. I've definitely said a lot of things today, and I don't want to forget them. So we're going to build these walls right now. Or one of them. I'm out of softwood. I just need one piece, so that'll do it. I actually want to see what the woodland wall looks like. And, at least in my current home with this particular set of furniture and my flooring, it's absolutely hideous, but I will keep it. Next, we need to work on this house plot, which shouldn't take too long. And we need, for interior, wooden simple bed, chair, and classic pitcher. For exterior, we need log garden lounge, log stool, and water pump. So let's start crafting. I usually replace the furniture that I end up putting next to these plots. I think everybody probably does. But I gotta be honest, this is not a bad combination of items for this particular place. It's right by the beach. We talked about like cottagecore vibes at some point. I don't know, it's pretty nice. Here's all the interior furniture, and that is it. All 3 plots are completely decorated. I think next we should go tell Tom Nook. Let me give you a token of appreciation as promised. Oh, what does he give me for this? Oh, it's the fencing, right. Okay, this is actually a pretty good time for that. I have some use for this. While we're here, we'll go ahead and grab our daily Nook miles from the Nook stop. 250, I'll take it. Easy money. There's a rusted part in the recycling bin for us because of Gulliver. And there we go. Fences are a big part of getting 3 stars, so we'll definitely put some of those down today. Let's buy this clothing. I'm getting anxiety about spending money here before I forget. I think I just need to buy 3 things, and I think I need to spend a certain amount, or I don't know where I'm getting 3 things from. I really think it's about how much you spend, actually, but I will limit myself to 3 things, and I'll pick the most expensive things. I'm going to turn around and immediately sell these in the selling bin over by Nook's. I can't keep them. I really wish I could, because there's things in here I would actually like to wear. But there's more ways we can get clothing, and we'll work on that today as well. For now, though, let's sell the weeds and then the clothing we just bought. I'll sell some fruit, too, because I think we need to sell some for a Nook Miles task, but I don't quite have enough. Oh, we didn't have enough weeds either, but okay, yeah, let's take this. And look at that, selling a few more weeds. We'll have done our 5 tasks, and it'll be the first time we managed to do all the ×2 tasks, which is really cool. All right, we'll dump these weeds real quick. Excellent. We also got some points simply for selling weeds. I mean extra, what should we call these? Postcard points? The ones you can only get one time. And we're almost on to decorating, but you might be asking yourself, okay, well, what were you gonna do about trying to get clothing, like you said a second ago? We are going to actually prepare some gifts. Currently, there's only 2 villagers we can give gifts to, but they're each going to give us something in exchange for those, so we have to do it. Here we go. Here's Samson right now. And another balloon I can't pop. Let's talk. Oh, Samson won't take gifts yet. I haven't done enough for him. Oh, that's so frustrating. How come Faith can already have gifts? Well, I'm just going to stack these cherries then and see if Faith will take all 6 at once. Do you want this? Here, take all of them. There's nothing tastier than a cherry. Thanks. By now, I'd be sick of cherries if I lived here, but that's just me. What? Wait a minute. I didn't get anything in return? Oh, see, Faith only took one. This is why we need the wrapping paper. It was a very boring gift. The Faith thought we were DoorDash just now. Okay, fine. We're not getting new clothing today. That's fine. What do you want now? Oh, he's excited that someone's here now. I pitched this to Faith and we both agreed. It should be you that throws the inaugural first decoration. So they're just giving me items to decorate the island with. Okay, so stone tablet. Samson is basically saying, you know what? You don't need to be worrying about giving people gifts and trying to get more clothing. You should probably just start decorating the island, which was the next thing I was going to do, to be fair. So the stone tablet's kind of a neat item. I don't use it too much, but for now, I think I'll put it outside the museum because it does kind of look like an artifact that, maybe they would want to display. So that's staying there for the time being. Next, we need to go on a bit of a crafting spree. I'm going to make a bunch of stuff and place it around, hoping that by the time Resident Services turns into a building and we get introduced to Isabel, we will already be well on our way to 3 stars. We'll already have the 3 stars. She'll be like, oh, this island's already pretty well developed. Here you go. Unfortunately, I don't have too many recipes to choose from. And in my storage right now, not a ton of things to actually place down to impress anybody. We could take our extra campfire, maybe put it somewhere. For now, that'll do it. And what I'm going to do is focus on this fictional kind of farm that I've been teasing over here. I've been thinking about it, and I just want to try it on for size. Do we commit to it? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We just put it down, and we see how we like it. I'm going to clean up the weeds a little bit, and we'll come over here and just kind of imagine a world where we've planted some crops in front of those trees. And I'm going to decorate around this supposed farm, starting with using some fences. Now, I was happy to get these fences. They're free. They're fences. We need them to get 3 stars. That's great. But there are better fences for projects like this. So, I don't know. Maybe we should check the Nook Stop today and see if we can unlock some of those even right now. These might just be temporary. But we're going to plop them down like this. Maybe we'll come over here and put some down over by the cliff. Grab up some free points for placing down fences. And the reason I love fences is because they kind of give us a barrier to work within when we're decorating. I'm going to throw the butter churn about right here, just kind of at the edge of the fencing. I don't think I can push it any closer. Yep, nope, that's a good spot for it. Right in the corner, I'm going to put a little sitting area. And I don't know, because I have it, I'm just going to put the campfire by this waterfall, I guess. It'll kind of look like somebody camps over here sometimes. I made a couple of these pots. I'll put one over here. That's kind of cool. And where should I put the other one? Maybe right here by the butter churn. Perhaps something like that. I don't know. Is this worthy of 3 stars? I don't think so. But who knows how this area could kind of evolve and get shaped over time. I think this is kind of neat. However, I do think there's a lot of recipes still waiting for us in here. Like here's a couple of fence recipes. Oh. And that's it. There's some different bits of clothing. I don't know. Are these buyable? Would that be illegal? I have no idea. I said earlier the wetsuit shouldn't count, but I forgot I did get it in here. Maybe I could wear this around and call it clothing. Shoot. Let's just at least buy the fences. I thought we had the other recipes unlocked, but we don't yet. These aren't fences I'm going to use right now, but this is kind of a gotta catch 'em all thing when it comes to the fences. There's a lot to learn, and I don't want to miss them. And we get 500 points for learning some more DIYs. Well, unless I want to spam the same 6 items over and over again, I think we're just going to have to call our decorating adventure there for today. But listen, tomorrow, this place is finally open for the very first time, and we get to spend a whole bunch of money. I think it's going to unlock a lot. So subscribe so you don't miss it, or that episode is on the screen somewhere right now, and you can just click it. And also, you should probably subscribe. See ya.